friends, happy 2026. I'm gonna try this again. It's gonna be my third time. I am Kim. This is my podcast, Cast On and Carry On. I am a newer knitter. I've been knitting about a year now. One who doesn't believe in limitations and just tries things for no reason other than I have some sort of hubris that makes me think I can make it work. And have you missed me? Because I've missed you. It's been a while since I've recorded, in part because, I do this because it's fun. And the holidays really got away from me and I've been sick for like the last 3 weeks. No, I did record this like 2 or 3 weeks ago and it didn't record the audio because I forgot I was supposed to turn the microphone on and I just thought it would record and it didn't. And then I think I just deleted everything. So then I've already recorded. Yeah, so hopefully this works this time. I don't know. If I'm not in focus, if it doesn't work, I will give up. I will burn everything down. So today's episode is going to be all about the buzzword of 2026. What I'm seeing and hearing everywhere is that people want whimsy in their life. They want things to be whimsical. They want fairies and butterflies and romance and golden hour and that type of thing. Now, I think for me, my thoughts on this, on why this is so popular right now, is because I think people are pretty upset about what's going on. I live in London. I haven't lived in the States in about 2.5 years, but seeing what's happening over there right now it's upsetting. It's a hard time, I think, for people right now, and it's scary. And so before I get any further, I just want to, go on the record with fuck ICE, fuck Trump, as any self-respecting fiber artist, I think would agree. And if you don't, that's fine. You can leave. I don't know. What I'm seeing is awful. What I'm hearing is terrifying. And I think that in periods of fear, anger, and frustration like this, it's easy and good for people to look for where they can find joy and control in their day-to-day lives. And so I think that this yearning for whimsy that I'm seeing online, especially from people in the States, for women in the States particularly, comes from a place of living in a world of fear, living in a world of politics that they don't agree with, and trying to find a place and a way to bring in some lightheartedness, some joy into their lives that they might not be seeing when they look at the news. They definitely aren't seeing when they look at the news. It's a way to bring a little bit of comfort for themselves. And so I wanted to gather up a bunch of patterns that to me speak of whimsy. Like all of my other episodes, you'll see, I have it divided into a couple categories that I'll go into, that what whimsy means to me. I have a Ravelry collection, I'll post it down below, that has a lot more patterns than what I'm going to talk about here, because, I'm trying not to make a 5-hour episode, and because the ones I try to feature here on the video, I try to include things that are more size inclusive, things that are not as frequently made, a little bit less well known, and also I don't really necessarily pay attention to the pricing on things because I think that pattern designers deserve to get paid. There are a few free patterns here. So, but there's a ton more, a bunch more patterns and pieces that I really love the look of in my Ravelry board. So feel free to check that out. In fact, when I did my fall one, my autumnal vibes episode, someone commented that they were making something that they had found that was on my Ravelry board, and wasn't featured in my video, and it just made my whole day. So I love that kind of thing. Before we jump into that, I wanted to talk about my new finished object. I finished this January 6th. It is my jean cardigan in bright green. I saw a green cardigan on Pinterest last year or the year before, and I was like, I need that, and so I made it. I love this. I love the detailing. I love this lace work. I will say that Joanna Garish, the designer, about 3 days after I finished this, posted one on her Instagram that I think I need to make. I think I'm going to have to make a second one. I'll put the picture up. It's gorgeous. But I just find this pattern so beautiful. I love it so much. Now, there's a couple things I might do a little differently, or I think I need to reblock it, in part because I'm getting some like weird puckering that I'm hoping is just from like my blocking and it'll smooth out. I would maybe make my cuffs a little bit longer. And when I was blocking this, I blocked it like 6 times, like various points. Like I did one sleeve to see how long it was to make sure it could be like the right length. And at the end, I did just my button band blocking. And so I think that might be why I'm getting some of this puckering, hopefully. But I love it. I especially love the button detailing. She's gorgeous. And then I also have my Delft pullover by, I think, Woolenberg, but I'll put the name on the screen. I have been working on this. I loved it. I did all this color work in less than a week. It was so fun. And now I'm in the part where it's just boring stockinette, which is great for like when I'm doing knitting night with the girls or things like that. But as a whole, I just find just the plain stockinette section to be a little bit boring. So now I'm kind of dragging a little bit. I took a significant period of time off because I was so sick. But she's coming together. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, and now without further ado, let's get into my whimsical patterns for 2026. So like I said, I have this divided into, I think, 4 categories. Now, the first thing to me that says whimsy is like the romantic and historical detailing, you know, like the shape and structure of vintage clothing, or even like some that are like almost medieval, like the softness that you see there, that type of thing. I think that's really beautiful and something that I'm focusing on here. I then also have a section about folk and fairy tale elements. There is that sound going around on TikTok, you know, she was a fairy, like that, you know, like fairies, practical magic vibes, yeah, fairy tales. I love it. I love it. The use of the color, the use of the details, and okay. The third section I have is about the joy of color and texture. Yeah, we've all seen like sad beige moms on TikTok, but I think bringing in color is a way that we can just inject ready, easy, fast joy into our lives. Look, don't get me wrong, I love a white wall, white room. I love a minimalist, you know, like cord kind of thing, but I obviously also love color. My friend was like, is green your favorite color? And I was like, actually teal is, but everything I've been knitting like since I started has green in it, so I have to be careful. I also love the texture, like laces. Case in point. And then the last thing I have here is quirkiness, individuality, the little details that are unexpected, and that are really personal to you. And that's one of the best things I think about knitting, is that we get to put our personality into what we're creating and really make custom pieces that resonate with what we like, how we want to fit things, like the fit of everything and all of that. So I think you really get to get that individuality and that little bit of playfulness and fun into your projects as well. Before I get into the patterns themselves, I wanted to talk a little bit about designers. There are some designers that really, to me, embody whimsy in their portfolio and in what they choose to do. Now, I've talked about a lot of these people before. It's so funny because, like, if you looked at my other pattern roundup episodes, you're going to see some repeats. And it's because, I mean, I have my sense of style and taste and what I like, and that's really what I'm talking about here for most of these. So I'm really going to speak about them first. I'm going to start off with designers, and I'm just going to read, I think I have here their little their blurbs before I get in. I'm going to put some images up on screen for this. So the first designer I have is Fox and Folk, and what she says about herself is, knitting is my love language. Fox and Folk is my way to share the woolens I knit for my loved ones with other knitters. My designs are influenced by my love for folklore, literature, and nature. And I just find her patterns, let me like go to them because I didn't like gather them here, but I mean, I think that this really does really speak to it. I know I featured things from her in the past. I think I did the Herbology card or pullover before, and her pieces really speak to me in that way, especially like with the softness, the textures and color work for like socks and that kind of thing. I just think it's gorgeous. I also have here Pope Vergara, and she is the one that every time I see her work, I just love it. In fact, I think I just saw on her Instagram that she's putting a book out in 2026 with Lane, and I'm going to buy it because I love her. I love her knitting with beads. I love the detailing she gets with that. And I think it's such a fun way to add new elements to pieces. So, what she says on Ravelry is, I am a Chilean knitwear designer. I have 2 kids and a husband I love so much. He pushes me to work on my passion, which is designing clothing. When I got pregnant with my first child, I had to be on bed rest. At that time, I started knitting and then never stopped. I love using new materials and techniques, innovating and challenging the unusual. My inspiration comes from nature, music, and science, but most of all from my emotions. I try to express what I can't with words. I want to make people feel good and shine with my designs. The next next designer I have here is Helene Arneson, or also known as Fable Knitwear. And this is, like, when I see her pieces, the shape, the vintage nature and element she pulls in, the detailing, little things like the sleeve construction, like the shoulders. It's lovely. I'm pretty sure I have the Giselle blouse somewhere with her, like, these gorgeous voluminous sleeves. I love them. I find her pieces to be super romantic and lovely, and I think they fit right in. And what she has written is feminine, romantic, and timeless knitting patterns. I love the feminine shapes of vintage patterns, but I'm also a huge fan of the more modern knitting techniques. I try to get the best of both and aim for feminine, timeless, vintage-inspired shapes combined with the ease and comfort of modern knitting. The next person I have here is Anne Sophia Velling, also known as Augustine's. Everyone has seen Augustine's pieces. Really what I've seen most from her are her like holiday sweaters with bows and just this lovely detailing. I've seen quite a few of the, I don't know what number it is, but it has like this like almost petal color work detailing and then bows. So cute. I've seen a ton of that. But she also does a lot with like ruffles and playing with textures that way. And I think she really embodies this. And she doesn't have a lot written on Ravelry or her website describing herself, but she does say like mindfully curated knitwear with hints of warmth and nostalgia. And I find that so fitting. It's such a great description, and it fits just right in with what I was going for, looking for these patterns and these designers. And then the last designer I am going to talk about is, the person that I probably talk about more than anyone else is Joanna Garish, also known as Colibri by Joanna. Okay, I think I figured out what was going wrong. I think that I had emptied my card last time with my audio. Please don't do that right now. With my videos that didn't have audio, but I think I just didn't delete them. Anyway, hopefully this works now because I'm going to lose my freaking mind. Anyway, how many times can I say anyway? This piece itself is a Joanna Garish piece. I love her detailing, her color work, her lace. I think it's gorgeous. I also love that you can, one of my favorite things about knitting is you can customize it so much, like I was saying earlier. So if you don't love the bright colors, you can still take a pattern and make it your own. And so what she says right here is, or what it says online on Ravelry is, Colibri by Joanna is a DIY fashion label founded in Berlin. And, sorry, in German, I think in German it's pronounced Berlin. And then we say Berlin, and I just merged those two together. Great. Founded in Berlin and providing DIY knitting patterns to realize modern and innovative knit designs with special details. Joanna is the creative mind making up the designs, and somehow her dream as a little girl of becoming a fashion designer came true. As she is working as a psychologist during the day, the work for Colibri by Joanna is the perfect balance. So those are my designers that, to me, scream whimsy. Not necessarily everything that they create, to me, would fit necessarily in the whimsy category, but so many things that they do. It's just... they're just some of the people that I find myself like looking at their patterns over and over again. So now we're going to get into romantic and historical detailing. So the first piece I have here is the Vidyoung blouse by Moa Rebecca Bernpaintner. It cost 70 Swedish krona, which is about £5.94. It's available in 4 sizes. The chest width, not circumference, but width, is 47 to 59 centimeters. Now, it's got 2 projects available that says that. I will say, obviously, like moving forward as you go this, you'll see some that I have that have very few. And I recognize that means they most likely haven't been tech edited. Or they haven't had like test knits done. So keep that in mind as you're looking at some of these patterns moving forward that I have that have like 1 or 2 that's probably just like the sample the designer created themselves, and then they're selling the pattern. Just, you know, just go in knowing that. But I find this piece gorgeous with the little baubles, slightly see-through. It's so soft and romantic and lovely. It says the pattern is mostly charted except for a few sections of the pattern that are written. I find that I personally really prefer charted patterns or a combination of the two. To me, the old, like the much older patterns that were just written, it looks like it's a different language and it's just like rows of K1, P1, K2, P1, K2, P1, just separated by commas. I find that really hard. Especially for more complex patterns. I find it really difficult to read that. So I prefer the charted anyway. I love this blouse. It's gorgeous. It is knit in 1 strand of lace weight mohair. So it's really light and lovely. And I think it's beautiful. The next piece I have is... Wait, did I talk about the wrong one there? Was I talking? Oh, no, that was the right one. Just my pictures have gotten disconnected a little bit, and that's fine. The next I have is the Belle Blouse by Savannah Gerlach. That costs about £6.33, and it is available from sizes extra small to 5XL. It's been made 12 times according to Ravelry, and I just find it, look, it's Belle's dress from Beauty and the Beast. It's the top of that, that approach. It's gorgeous. It's perfect. What it says here is, like, from the description of it, most of these are just like, I'm just reading the descriptions that they have on Ravelry, trying to make this a little bit easier for myself, especially since I've tried recording this so many freaking times. But it says, from the candlelight ballrooms and the glamorous soirees of the Belle epoch comes the Belle Blouse with its tailored bodice and soft draping sleeves, fit for a Parisian socialite of the 1890s. And it's made with a fingering and a mohair silk held together. It's gorgeous. I just love this detail. No, don't you dare. You're staying with me. I love the sleeve, the shoulder sleeve detailing that is, like I said, the top of the Disney Beauty and the Beast dress in knit form. Love it. The next piece I have here is the Augustins number 35 by Anne Sophie Velling. It costs about £6 to buy when I look this up. And it is available in 8 sizes with a bust circumference of 80 to 150 centimeters. It has been made 9 times, and what it says about it is, this blouse has a fitted yoke with an ease at approximately 5 centimeters, whilst the body and sleeves have free width. Cable and lace knitting are used for this piece. It's a beautiful lace and cable pattern with these gorgeous bell sleeves with little ties at the end and some gathering at the waist. I think it's so lovely, and I want to wear it. Okay, you can go, but don't bark at me. The next piece I have here is the Delica sweater by Pope Vergara. It costs about £7 to buy, and it is available from sizes extra small to 2XL. The bust circumference total is 90 to 135 centimeters. It's been made 34 times, and what she wrote about this is that the Delica is a top-down sweater in one piece without seams. It has many different techniques like color work, lace, and bead knitting. It uses lace and fingering weight, and I just think that it is gorgeous. It is exactly what I expect from her from her pieces, with the getting the beads in there. There's some bobble work. I love the color. She like this really like soft ethereal color pattern palette she picked for this. I can also see it being gorgeous in others. I love like the peekaboo lace kind of aspect of it that you see where you can kind of see through it. I think it's such a beautiful soft top. I love it. How many times can I say I love it in an episode, really, I guess is my question. The next piece I have is the Diana sweater, adult size, by Melanie Roundtree. It costs about £664 to buy. It is available in 18 sizes, from a 28-inch to a 62-inch bust. It's been made 10 times. It says the sweater is worked from the top down, beginning with a yoke. The sweater may be knit with or without the upper yoke, collar, and ruffles. Pattern preview with full-size chart may be found before purchasing. There are video tutorials linked throughout the pattern, and the purchase also includes a low vision file with 22-point sans serif font with no columns or italics. I love that. I love how inclusive this pattern is, that you can look at the charting and sizing beforehand to make sure it's gonna work for you, for your body. It's got so many sizes. It's got a version that's easier to read with bigger font for people. I love those details and what she's doing to make it so inclusive and accessible. I love that. It also can be knit in any gauge, apparently. And one of my favorite things about this is, I think it's such an... Where's the pattern? There it is. Stop. It's beautiful by itself, like in its normal format. Especially love the sleeves, by the way, like this like puffy sleeve and then a tight on the arm, like the forearms. I love this look. Do I think it would be a pain? Yeah, probably. It looks like a lot of ribbing to do, but I think it's gorgeous. I also love that you can knit it with or without the ruffles and this top. And I don't know, but I feel like there has to be a way that you could knit the ruffles and the yoke separately, and then you could combine, like you could wear it with or without, like you could detach it. There's got to be a quick modification. If it's not included, I feel like there should be, that it might be an easy thing to do, so you get like 2 pieces out of 1. I think that it's just, the ruffles are so romantic. And again, I just love the sleeve style here. I don't know what that's called, but I love it. And the last piece I have in this category is the Black Cloud Dress by Julia Manning. It costs about $5.88 to purchase, pounds to purchase when I look this up. And the thing that I love about this piece is it's all sizes. It's not one size fits all. It's flexible to fit all sizes. It's been made 10 times, and I'm just going to read what she says here because it really kind of... Oh, I'm sorry. The last project The last piece was light fingering and lace. The any gauge yarn is for this project, so my bad. But anyway, here's what she wrote. I love to improvise with structure. This knitting recipe will guide you towards making a garment with a hint of improvised knitting. I am giving instructions on how to construct your personal size and how to use yarns from your stash. For this skirt, you will need a lot of mohair in order to keep it light. The top is knit with any yarn in fingering, DK, or worsted weight. And this approach I think is so special in that it's so customizable. It's so free. Like, the approach is so free. You're knitting in a way that you're building it directly to you and improvising to make sure it is what you want. And then it's got this gorgeous flowy skirt with all that mohair. I think it's such a fun, interesting approach to knitting. So I think it's something I would really like to try to do. Okay, for the next category that I have, it's folk and fairy tale elements. My first pattern here is the Ostara by Anna. I don't know if it's Joanna, let's call that. But I like the rhyme of the Anna Joanna, so who knows. It costs about just under £10 to purchase, and it is available for sizes extra small to a 5XL, so with a bust circumference of 108 to 171.5 centimeters. It's been made 22 times, and it says, Ostara is a multitude of things. It is a really simple and neat cardigan with raglan sleeves and a V-neck, the kind that you can knit it and make the cornerstone of your capsule wardrobe. Or you can go all in, as I have, and embroider your little heart out with my Spring Goddess inspired sketch. It's made with a fingering weight yarn. And I don't know how I've somehow gotten myself into this, like into the niche of using fingering weight yarns for everything, but here I am, and I'm okay with it. I love the back detailing on this. I think it's gorgeous. Now, one thing I will say is I was looking at a lot of the pictures of people's projects, and depending on the size, it does look a little too small on some people's. If they made a larger size and they kept her charts or her sketches about the right size, it looks like the placement and the sizing is a little off. So I would just recommend, really thinking about the placement and sizing of this embroidered back piece if you go that route. But I think it's so lovely. I love her pictures with the flower crown in the forest. This is what Whimsy is, you guys, right here. The next piece I have is the Songbird Sweater by Anna Sophia Wintersohl. Now, it costs about £7 to purchase, and it is available from 2XS. That sounds weird. Double extra small, extra small, however you want to say it, all the way up to 4XL with a bust circumference of 71 to 140 centimeters. It only has one, which again makes me think that it wasn't tech edited or tested. I could be wrong and they just didn't post it, but so keep that in mind. But here's what it says about this. The Songbird's Journey. In a quiet corner of the vast whispering forest, where the light of dawn kissed the treetops, a lone songbird perched on a high branch. Her feathers shimmered like autumn's last leaves, her voice a delicate cascade of notes that danced with the morning breeze. Yet, as lovely as her song was, it carried a note of longing, a yearning woven into the melody. For the songbird was alone, and her heart ached with the knowledge that somewhere in the great expanse of the world, her mate awaited, a partner destined to join her in an eternal duet. Her kind, scattered far and wide, sought each other through song, a call meant to cross mountains and rivers, valleys and skies. And so, when the forest whispered that it was... ... Read more in the pattern. So you get the little story when you buy it, the rest of the story, which I think is really cute. It's made with a worsted weight, and I just love this color work on the yoke here with this little birds. You have the flowers that are kind of embroidered on with yarn. You can skip those, I'm sure, if you want. But I love the bright red details here. I love the little, I don't know what to call it, the detailing on the neckline here, this like little lace edge that's on the neck, I think it's super cute. The next piece I have here is the Fairy Wings necklace by Katie Brown. Oh, that's funny. I went to school with somebody named Katie Brown. Anyway, wouldn't that be funny if it was from the same person? Like, yeah. It's a free pattern, and it's to make a necklace. It says the Fairy Wings necklace is a quick to knit project that uses small quantities of lace. Beads are sewn onto the fairy wings afterwards, but you can also be knitted in as you go. The size of the fairy wings can be made smaller by using smaller needles. The necklace can also be made with fewer or more wings depending on how many you want. It's been made 16 times using a lace weight, and it's just this little, it's cute, a little necklace. You just string it on a chain. It also is a little bit like a collar almost. It looks like leaves to me, which I love. You could change the colors up. I think that's because it's in green. You could change the colors up to make it more fairy wing-like, unless that freaks you out and you're like, I don't want to make it look like I murdered fairies to steal their wings to put on my necklace. Totally, you're fine if that's your vibe. But yeah, I think that it's a really fun, quick, and simple project that really kind of fits here. The next piece I have are the Selkies Garden Socks by Fox and Folk. It costs about £4.29 to buy. It is available in 4 sizes, which is really great. I think a lot of times when I see sock patterns, they're only available in adult sizes, like a small, medium, and large. But this pattern also has a kid's large or teen size, which I think is really nice. It says, the Selkies Garden Socks are an ode to the wild Atlantic coast of Ireland, its cliffs and beaches, and their life and vibrancy. Inspired by these windset beaches covered in bladder wrack, shells, and sea foam, tiny bubbles and tide pools brimming with quiet, busy sea life of the western coast. It's made with fingering weight, and I just think they're such cute socks. Like, really, they look like a fairly basic vanilla sock at its core, and then it's got, I think it's knitted in like a little bit of like color work, maybe more like intarsia color work, to add the little bubbles and almost like the seaweed element. But it could also be stitched on afterwards. I'm not really sure, but I just think they're really cute. I also really love her photo style, like that you see here. I think it's, let's be honest, half the reason that I picked all of these things that I'm like, it's so like nostalgic and whimsical, is probably their photos. But I'll take it. I'm okay with that. Y'all, this episode is testing me and my patience. I don't know where that cut off. I don't know, my battery ran out. I'm over it. Okay, so I'm just going to go to this last one of this category, and hopefully it's it. The last piece in this category is A Secret Strawberry Garden by Avril Bonici. It costs about £6.79, and it is available in sizes extra, extra small to 7XL, with a bust of 72.5 to 181.5 centimeters. It's been made one time, or there's one version, like one project listed. And this is where I get really confused, because like I've been saying, is like if it's only 1 or 2, it's probably just the sample they knitted, but also like this is such an inclusive sizing, so it just probably hasn't been tested at all sizes. I don't know. Or maybe because it looks like it's an embellished basic short sleeve that I really love. Like maybe it's a play on something that she's designed in the past, and then she added these elements. But here's what it says. This short sleeve sweater features a scoop neck and puffy sleeves with box pleats. The bodice is worked in the round to the underarms and split and knit flat for the front and back. The set-in sleeves are knit flat and attached during finishing, where they're embellished with knitted strawberries and crocheted leaves and flowers for a whimsical three-dimensional look. Though it may seem complex, the pattern requires only intermediate knitting skills and basic crochet. The crochet elements use simple stitches, making them a great introduction for beginners. This design adds playful sophistication to your wardrobe. I love it. I love the details here. I love these strawberries. They're so freaking cute. I love in her photo that there's some in the little basket behind her. And I especially, like I was saying, I think you could make this with or without those strawberry detailing. I think it's a gorgeous piece with these puffy sleeves and the scoop neck. I love this box pleat here, and the way the strawberries are kind of tucked in to it and sticking. Oh, Lovely. It's lovely. Okay, my next category is the joy of color and texture. The first piece I have here is the I Do cardigan by Martha Oiras. It costs about £6.58. It's available from extra small to extra large. It's been made one time. The I Do cardigan is a short cardie. Come here, Stella. Come here. Good girl. Good girl. Sit down. Sit down. Lay down. Lay down. Oh, good girl. The I Do cardigan is a short cardie knit from the bottom up. It is a mixture of cable, eyelet, and bubble pattern on the front pieces and sleeves, while the back side is knit in stockinette stitch. It can be used over a bridal gown or as an everyday cardigan with a feminine and elaborate flair. The pattern covers the short version, although length can easily be extended. It's knit with double strands of a silk mohair yarn, and I think it's so... Where is it? Where's my picture of it? Is it right here? Yes, that's it. It's just so cute. It's so cute. It's so bridal looking here, as you see. I love the idea of knitting something like this to wear over your gown. But then plenty of people like have it in like a lilac. Oh, there's like a lilac version or a periwinkle. So pretty. So pretty. I love the little eyelets, the flowers. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And again, all that texture. Love it. Love all the texture. Okay. The next piece is the Andy cardigan by Joanna Garish. Costs about £6.33, and it's available from extra small to 4XL. It's been knit 24 times. And it says a knitting pattern for a cardigan with a deep V-neck, a double knitted button band, and colorful baubles all over the body and sleeves in sizes. I don't know if there's some more there that I cut off or what. So it's basically, I think, a very similar structure to this, except it's all stockinette with these colorful baubles that are knit in place. Like they're not added. And I think there's pictures of that show the back of it and you can see them. And I just think it's so fun with these colorful little baubles everywhere. And I also, like, this was the first time I did a double knit button band. And I really liked the approach and the look of it. So that's used there. I think she uses it in a lot of her cardigans. I think it's just such a fun, playful piece. It looks like there's little pump. Oh, yeah, you can see it right here. You can see it in the picture that I think that I'm going to have on screen. Because it's a cardigan, so you can see the back of it, how it's knitted in, the colors are. It looks like you're covered in like cute little pom-poms. I think it's great. Now, the next two pieces are the ones that have the most. The first one is the Hawthorne Tank by Caitlin Hunter. It costs about £6.24. It's available in 10 sizes with a bust of 77.5 to 169 centimeters. It's been knit 165 times. And it says the Hawthorne is a light summer tank top with a high neckline, delicate straps, and a lace and cable pattern running down the front and back. It says it's best suited for fingering weight cotton or linen blend yarns with good stitch definitions. I think this is so gorgeous. I especially love this bright orange color that she used here in her sample. And this lace and cable is just lovely. I want to knit this for myself over the summer. Nope, don't you dare. What is wrong with you? I love it. I love it. I love the front and this is in the front and the back. I would love it even if it was only in the back. I wonder if you could do it with just one of them and then you could wear it. I wonder if it's the same both front and like the same shape, so that you could do just one with a panel of lace and then you could wear it with it like just straight, like just stockinette on the front and the lace down the back, or I don't know. But I love it. I love this orange. It's great. The next piece I have here is the Herding Hen sock set by Stone Knits. It's about £5.80 to purchase. It's available in 3 sizes. They've been made 188 times. And it says it's a time to celebrate hens in all their different vibrant colors. Whether you are a hen owner or lover, or want to knit these as part of any Easter or spring celebrations, these are a fun pair of socks to knit. This colorwork sock pattern set includes 2 sock patterns. One inspired by hens of all different colors, and the other by their cute baby chicks. Okay, excuse me while I murder my dogs. What? What do you want? What do you want? You're also not allowed to just stand and stare menacingly into dark rooms. That's not something that's allowed in our household. okay? Especially when I'm home alone, because it makes it look like there's somebody or something there, and I don't like that. Especially when there isn't. Don't scare me, okay? Mwah. Okay, stay here. Stay here with me. Okay. It's made with a light fingering. They're so cute. They're so cute. I love that. I love sock sets. I love that each one of these rows is different and hers. And you know what I really love? That I hope there's a picture of here in this one. She definitely has it for some of her other socks. I mean, all of her socks, I think, qualify for this, like I've said in the past. What I love and what I need in my life is what she's wearing in some of her pictures, which are clear rubber rain boots, okay? So that you show off your socks. That is what I need, is I need to start knitting color work socks and then get clear rain boots so I can wear them out and show it off. I think it's so cute. I think it's so unexpected. I think it's exactly what I need living in a place where it's raining all the time. It's raining right now. It's raining outside right now. When I moved here, I bought an umbrella. It was expensive. It was like 25 pounds. I know that's not that expensive, but I mean, like, who pays that much for an umbrella? The reason it was so expensive is because I lost it. I left it at a theater, and I bought the same one again. And you want to know why? Because it's rainbow. It is a rainbow umbrella, sturdy, nice. And I was like, if I'm going to be someplace where it rains all the time, I need rain accessories that bring me joy. And this is one of them, this umbrella. And another one that will bring me joy is some clear ass rain boots with some fun socks. That is my goal. That's my goal now for this year, that this is going to happen. I cannot wait. I'm obsessed. I don't know where to find these. I've not looked for them yet. If anyone has a link or something like that to the clear rain boots, please let me know, because I need this type of energy in my life. Okay, that is enough about that. Very passionate about it, as you can see. The next piece is the Noelia Vest by Kate Atherley. It is a free pattern available in 12 sizes. It's been made 5 times. It's a DK, uses DK weight, and it is a lace and garter, like a wavy lace and garter stitch, kind of similar to like what I'm wearing right now. You can't, but I have the same color, obviously. It's a similar pattern to that. But it's a little sweater vest. I love sweater vests. I think they're so cute. I've never considered wearing them with cut-off shorts and a button-down underneath. But you know what? Now that I've seen this, I might. That might be something I would be interested in trying out. I think it's so cute. I love how dainty the like garter stitch waves are. This has them a little bit chunkier, or like my jean tee, but I think it's really cute, and would like to make that one personally, actually. Although I'm a little bit afraid that I'm just like getting really into a this is what I do now kind of approach. And then the last one here is the Day of the Week sweater vest by Jenny Kiefer. Again, another sweater vest, because I think they're so cute. It is free. It's available from small to extra large. It's been made 93 times, and it says, get through Wednesday with this color blocked sweater vest. This vest knits up quickly using intarsia techniques and is suitable for beginners. Pattern is written in sizes small, medium, large, extra large, and extra large, but it is easily scaled up or down using a bit of math. I like that it's like, hey, knitting, it's a thing. Math is a thing here, basic math. I was talking to my mom, and she was working on something, and she had to take 50 stitches out of it. She made it like the smallest size, and she thought she's like, I'm on gauge, or like I'm using the recommended yarn, but the smallest size was still too big, and so she had to take like 50 stitches out of it. Like, you're brave, Mom. She's like, I don't know how I'm gonna do the sleeves yet. I'm gonna have to figure that one out, but yeah, basic math. I should be able to do that basic math too. I just love this giant checkerboard, and I think my favorite part of this whole sweater vest is the collar being half and half. Like, to kind of fit with the rest of the vibe here. I think it's so fun. I kind of now wish that the bottom was done in the half and half. Now I'm looking at it, but you could easily make that modification yourself. So, love it. Okay, and my last category, sorry, I thought I would be able to make this shorter this time, and I obviously was not able to, is quirkiness. So the first piece I have here is the Orbital Jumper by Ronti Studio. It costs £7 to purchase. It's available from extra small to 5XL. It's been made 105 times. I love the picture I'm going to put up here, like with this orange and then like the see-through lace panels. Sorry, let me read what it says. The Orbital Jumper is a striped two-texture jumper with an oversized crop body and a raglan balloon shaped sleeves. It is knitted in the round in one piece. This pattern is great for all levels of knitters, from beginners to advanced, and it is designed for any gauge. And if you look through all the samples, there are so many variations that people use. I really love this, like lace weight in between, like I said, with the see-through stripes, but there's so many different things that you can do with it, and I think that's really fun. You can make it longer if you want, obviously. I think it's just so quirky and fun. The next I have is the Fringe Coat by Loopy Mango. It costs about $6.24 to purchase. It is one size, which makes me skeptical. It's been made 2 times, which I think are the 2 samples in the pictures here. But it says it uses super bulky yarn and 15 millimeter needles. So I feel like it would be going together really quick. Look, I don't think this is something I would wear. But it is so unique and interesting and fun. I think it fits in this. Like if you are someone that is like going to be bold, wants to be bold with your clothing like this is a good pattern for that. Like, it's great. It's really fun. I like it a lot. I just don't think I would wear it. The next piece I have is the Bo Peep Bralette, which I freaking love, by Mia. It costs £6.50. It's available in 6 sizes, extra small through 2XL. It's been made 15 times. I'm going to make this. Like, I'm going to make this one. I love it. And it says, I'm not sure what to even say about this bralette. Can you get a cuter knit? Got a party soon and have nothing to wear? She knits up really quickly. Give yourself a couple evenings after work and you will have your bow bralette ready. She's party perfect. Or do you just want to bring some drama when doing your food shopping or walking the dog? Life's too short to wear boring clothes, right? The bralette is fully ribbed, making it snug nicely to your body with a cutout detail peeking out under the bow. Bra wearer or bigger bust, don't worry, I have you covered. I've written in options for a smaller cutout and more bust coverage to hopefully work with anybody's body. It's again made with a super bulky. I just think it's so freaking cute. I mean, who doesn't love a giant bow? Like, iconic. I love this outfit. I love the outfit in her pictures with her light pink high-waisted trousers or shorts and this bra. Like, I just want the whole freaking outfit. It's so cute. It's so cute. I'm going to make this for myself, okay? I don't know if I'm going to make it yet. I'm in the middle of a bit of a weight loss journey, and so I might wait and see. Because it's really sad to like make something that have not fit you because you've lost the weight. But freaking love it. Freaking love it. Okay. The next thing I have is the Cutie Collar by Agatha Wilk. Okay, look, collars are not my thing, really. I'll be honest, but they're everywhere right now. They're everywhere. These are very cute. I love the bold colors these ones picked. This blue, this cobalt blue. Who would think to do that on a collar? It's so distinctive and fun. I think they're so fun. It is a free pattern. It's one size. It's been made 50 times and it's used, you hold together a fingering and a lace weight. And it's just a way to, you know, add a little bit of extra drama to your everyday outfit. I think it's really a cute option. Maybe I'll give a collar a go. I don't know. Like I said, it's not really my vibe, but I find it so charming when people wear them. It looks so great when other people wear them. It's just not quite my vibe. But I think this is a good one to try it with. Okay. And then I think my last piece that I've gathered here. It is the Flick Knitted Hat Wig Fun Chemo Cap. What a name. Like, long name. By Wild Daffodil. It costs about 3 pounds to purchase. It is one size, knitted in rib. It's been made 148 times. I'm going to read this description and then I'll get into it. Fun and funky knitted hat / wig knitted in chunky yarn on 6mm needles so that it grows really quickly. It takes me about 3.5 hours from start to finish. I hesitate to put a gauge in as I have knitted it in a rib and know my knitting is usually on the looser side of gauges. Because of the rib, the hat wig is very accommodating and seems to fit all sizes. From my 6-year-old granddaughter to my son-in-law who has quite a big head. Hilarious. Rude. Kind of. A little bit of shade, maybe. Love it. So for fancy dress, Halloween, festivals, or just for fun, it has been made as a fun chemo wig too. I saw this piece and I was just like, you know what it makes me think of? The Jetsons. It makes me think of the Jetsons. It's like this mid-century hair thing. So cute. I love it. I also, like I said, she says chemo cap. Like there's a lot of people that talk about like making it for people in their lives that are undergoing chemo for cancer treatments and have lost their hair. And I think that's just such a lovely idea too. Like just fun, quirky, and bring a little bit of joy into people's lives. I think that's what we're all here for, and that's what we're trying to do. I will say I'm pretty certain that in some of the comments, some people had a little bit of confusion over the bang portion. So like just keep that in mind when you're looking at it. But as a whole, I think it's a really... It's just a car parking. It's just a car parking. But as a whole, I think it's just such a fun pattern and project. I love it. I also love, like she says, it takes her 3.5 hours to make one. Like it's a nice evening project that you can just get done really quickly as a gift or something. I think it's super fun. And that is it. Those are my patterns for Whimsy to help bring some more whimsy into your life. If you've watched this far, thank you so much. It means so much to me. I'm sorry I was gone for so long. I'll try not to do it again, but I'm not making any promises. Yeah, if you liked it, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. It makes my whole life when people do those things. My mom was watching the other day. She's like, one of your videos has like 195 views. I was like, I know, which is A, cute. I love that my mom's like on my side here and like so supportive. B, I know she watches these because like since I live so far away, she's like, it's like hanging out with you a little bit. Also, that's not many views, like, in the grand scheme of things. But, at the same time, I saw this thing that was, like, if you were in an auditorium talking and this many people showed up, that'd be a freaking win. And so, that is it for this episode. My camera is about to die again because it hates me. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back soon with my next episode. And like and subscribe, like I said. Thank you so much. Bye!